Mark and now Oliver are players in a game that involves the entire Earth and beyond. And like it or not, Debbie, you're a part of this too.
Cecil, how many times do we have to have this conversation? My responsibilities will always be to my family first, and that's never going to change, no matter what.
It would only be for a few hours a day. We can monitor his superpowers more closely, help him understand and control them.
There's that word again.
You know what I mean.
There's no way I'm letting you take Oliver to your lab. The only reason I even let April in here is because I trust her.
Ouch.
Cecil, I understand you have a job to do, but I also know that everything else is secondary to that job. And that's why I can never trust you with either Mark or Oliver's lives.
Other people have sons and daughters too. Sons and daughters who aren't as lucky as your boys.
Are you working with D.A. Sinclair?
Calm down.
He turned people into monsters. He almost killed William. He should be in prison.
He can't fix his mistakes in prison, Mark. Neither can Darkwing.
What are you even talking about?
D.A. Sinclair's a genius. Darkwing cracked from fighting endless crime in Midnight City. You don't waste people like that. You reform them. Repair them. Let them make restitution for their mistakes.
Mistakes? They murdered people! Rick still isn't right after what Sinclair did to him.
Sinclair's new reanimen are made with donated corpses. Darkwing will never kill again. They both went through severe psychological reprogramming. They save lives now, Mark, and are repaying the very substantial debt they owe us all. So be reasonable, Mark. Go home.
I didn't mean it. It was an accident. I didn't mean to kill them. I saved you guys.
They're just stunned, Oliver. Even superheroes aren't used to seeing kids do something like this. But I know you were just trying to help.
I am Team Cecil for life. Cecil is the most reasonable person in this entire show. He tries to be understanding. He's always thinking of others. He shows mercy to Mark when he was wilding out. And Mark is such a freaking hypocrite. Wants to forgive his psycho murdering dad, but can't forgive normal, regular criminals who's done way less. And of course, oh, how can you try to work with criminals? Well, yeah, if they're doing good, then what's the problem? In fact, you see bad guys turn good all the time in other media. Shouldn't that be the ideal thing with Reformation? That should be the ideal thing for Reformation. This is why I say the lefties who write this, they don't understand true morality. Morality is grounded in understanding. Morality is about understanding. It's not about how you feel, it's about understanding. Mark going off to forgive and hug his psycho murdering dad, but can't forgive Nightwing, not Nightwing, Darkwing, is so freaking hypocritical. Cecil sees all the crazy stuff that Omni-Man does, and it's like, okay, we gotta stop. We gotta make sure that Mark doesn't become like Omni-Man. That's a reasonable response. In case Mark goes crazy, let's put something in his head, which is exactly what happened. Mark did start going crazy, so he had to put something in his head. Makes sense. And he's willing to forgive and redeem criminals. In fact, here's the funny thing. People get mad at Cecil for the things that they love Batman for. Cecil is doing all the things Batman does, trying to redeem villains, making prep time in case heroes goes rogue. Cecil is so understanding and always thinking of others. Which reminds me, Debbie, I'm starting to dislike Debbie because Debbie doesn't care about the freaking world. You see, the entire world is at stake. And Debbie's like, don't care. Focus on my family, my friends. Your family ain't going to be alive if everybody's dead. Okay? They need to be, your kids need to train with Cecil to control their powers. Yeah, but we said Cecil. Cecil is absolutely right. Cecil is absolutely right. And people get mad at Cecil. Why did you keep Conquest alive? You need him alive so you can question him and figure out about the rest of the Viltrumites. Remember, there's supposed to be a whole Viltrumite invasion that's going to happen in the future. You need to know their weaknesses. And now you have a Viltrumite captured. You should be able to question him. You should be able to figure out all their strengths and weaknesses. Which reminds me, how come Mark didn't tell Cecil about the books? Why didn't Mark tell Cecil about the books, all the weaknesses of the Viltrumites? All the things that would have been super useful information that Mark should have given out, but he didn't. He didn't give it out because Mark is an idiot. And people want to get mad at Cecil for being reasonable. When Cecil saw Oliver kill the Mahler twins, know what he did? He tried to be understanding. Yeah, I know you didn't mean to. I know it was a heat of the moment thing. Being reasonable. Mark's dumbass is always going off base emotion. You hurt my feelings, therefore you're bad. Even though I'll hug my psycho murdering dad who killed all those people. I'll hug him. Mark is such a hypocrite. Debbie's starting to annoy me. And like people get mad at Immortal. The reason why I don't hate him as much is because he has the common sense to recognize that Cecil's still right. Like I love Rexplode, but like when Rexplode turned against Cecil, it was kind of a heat of the moment thing. He didn't know what was going on, so he just had to ride with the homeboy, which was Mark. So that makes sense. Cecil is 100% right. If people get mad at Cecil for not showing up when Conquest arrived, well, first of all, what was Cecil even supposed to do? He couldn't do anything against Omni-Man. What is he supposed to do against Conquest? Also, why should he show up? Because Mark was being an asshole this whole season. Mark has been an asshole this whole season. Literally threatened to kill Cecil. So you know what? Cecil should have just let Mark do his own thing. Yeah, let Mark get killed. Fuck him. Fuck him. I'll just turn it back to Immortal. I don't care if Immortal's trash. I'll still stick with him over Mark because at least Immortal is not an absolute asshole like Mark. Cecil was absolutely right, 100% right. See you guys later.